Hey, we're on a Tuesday stream. Every Tuesday, come out here, show off all the cool new books and merch that we got in. So, quick little housekeeping stuff. Make sure you guys go to the website, andrewscomics.com, and sign up for Managed Comics. Sign into your Managed Comics account. In 2 weeks, we will not have old data to be able to see what you special ordered. So, if you have questions or concerns, please just email me any special orders that you may have that may not be in the system. I can always double check. I'd rather you guys double check and I double check to make sure you guys get all the stuff you want and need going forward. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's jump into our books. We got from Vault Comics, Post Malone's Big Rig, set in the Dark Ages. This is a really weird part of it. There's a massive demon horde attack on Europe, and it's now ex-priest becomes a trucker. I don't know how in the Dark Ages, but they do, and that truck is a symbol of the Archangel Michael. Really cool. It's written by Post Malone. I don't know. Really cool book. If you like weird, it's really cool because they do mixed religions. Like there's a Viking witch that's part of the team and stuff like that. It's really cool. But if you like over the top, like supernatural guy, like stuff mixed with just a giant truck ramming into people and killing them, it's fantastic. It's really cool. Definitely there's a really big hype around the book, so definitely grab a copy. Really fun. Definitely grab this book. Trust me, when I read it, I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but it's just fun. So yeah, definitely grab that book. Next up is Bring On the Bad Guys, Abomination from Marvel Comics. Bring On the Bad Guys is a series of one-shots showcasing different villains from the Marvel Universe, all who have made a deal with Mephisto, who all have to gather a soul for him for his Soul Forge. This week's issue focuses on Abomination, who is working for the Wakandan government to discover this monster that's living in an ancient well. Really cool one shot. They're really cool character studies of these characters. So if you want to know a little bit more about Abomination, this will directly continue into Incredible Hulk number 20, I think it said, going forward. So yeah, if you want to know more about Abomination, grab this book. If you are following the story of the Soul Forge, the origin of Sister Sorrow, and more, definitely grab this book. Next up is Catacomb of Torment from Oni Press, featuring EC Comics. In the vein of the original EC Comics, each book is a different style. Catacombs of Torment is dark comedies. It's very obvious when you read the issues with their kind of referencing and the cool twists are in the book. But with that said, this does include a reprint from Suspense Stories number 27, which was a cool EC book called Halloween, which is a comedy story set around Halloween. These are great. They're horror anthologies. If you want to pick up horror stuff, it's great. And I will tag that along with, from Image Comics, Dread from Hall H. Really cool horror anthology based around Comic-Con. And yeah, so it's a horror anthology around Comic-Con with Dread the Hall H, and really classic old school horror comedy stuff with Catacomb of Torment. If you look for something cool and different to read, definitely grab these books. There's cool horror stuff to read and kind of watch. There's a one through story in this Dread Hall H that makes me want to like go nuts, because it's about a guy asking a question. He's the last guy asking a question at the end of a panel, and he just won't shut up. I've been there. So yeah, really fun. These are great books if you're a horror enthusiast. Next up is Gargoyles, Demona from Dynamite. It's part of the Gargoyles franchise from Disney from back in the day. This is a prequel to the series. This is actually a complete character study on the character Demona and what her completed sort of history is, because she has a very complicated history in the cartoon show. If you've never read Gargoyles before, this is a great kind of jumping in point, because they kind of give you a rough history of what the Gargoyles are as creatures and the mythology real quick, and you go right into the book. And just focus on, because it's focusing solely on Demona and it's set in the past, you do not need to know anything else about Gargoyles. But Gargoyles are creatures that turn to stone in the sun and then are awake at night, and normally they protect people and stuff. But it's set in ancient Scotland and Ireland and the Highlands. It's great. Tons of Celtic mythology. If you just want to read it for the Celtic mythology stuff, that's awesome too. If you want the high fantasy aspect, that's part of it too. And if you don't, or if you just want to read it because it's Gargoyles and you want that 90s nostalgia fantasy stuff, awesome. Definitely grab this book. Next up is Ghost Pepper from Image Comics. Ghost Pepper is about a girl, a food truck, and a weird stranger that sits in her food truck. and what happened to the Earth after a giant man called Cinder destroyed most of it. Ghost Pepper is about a young girl who kind of wanders this wasteland selling her food, and so she meets a man named Ash who kind of just like appears out of nowhere and just wants to eat her food and then starts stalking her. I want to say that in a bad way, but it's only a bad way. He like becomes like a weird like companion who just follows her because of his robot that's attached to him and tells him like, yeah, you should really go with her. Really cool. There's a big mystery about who Ash is and why he has all these amazing feats of strength and power. What happens to the world and what is this giant monster known as Cinder and what does the moon have to do with it? Great setup. If you love anime, this is a perfect like jump from manga and anime into Western comics. If you like things like Soul Eater, or if you like things like Fire Force, or if you like things like Jujutsu Kaisen, all that wrapped up with like a little bit of Food Wars thrown in there. It's fantastic without the weird edgy stuff. All thrown in there. It's fantastic. Definitely grab this book. Next up is Giant Size House of M from Marvel Comics. Again, continuing on with all the other Giant Size Giant Size X-Men books. Each one of them is set in a different era. This one is set during House of M, as now Miss Marvel has to help convince the people that the world's been changed because it's called witch stuff, and what will lead into the backstory in this one is a secret tale of when Wolverine was back before, when he got his memories back, he learned a secret memory which will tie into the current Wolverine run if you're reading it. Really cool. I liked revisiting House of M. It's cool, like early 2000s trip. And it does have the final issue as this is the last one before Giant Size X-Men #2, when Kamala's back in the present. It's really, really cool as they kind of wrap and tie everything back together. So if you are reading these are great. If you haven't been, you can go back and get all of them. They're fantastic. Next up is Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe. This is not the A cover. We're out of the A cover. What's cool about this, if you read the Godzilla versus the Marvel Universe series, those were a series of one-shots of Godzilla fighting various characters throughout the Marvel Universe. This one is a mini-series by itself, as Godzilla is brought back from the depths of darkness from the Mole Man, who now wreaks havoc on the Marvel Universe, and a lot of the Marvel heroes cannot stop him. It's set in its own universe, so don't worry about it being like tying into stuff. It's really cool. It's kind of a modern take of the old Godzilla comics from the 60s and 70s. Sorry, from the 70s and 80s. Really cool if you just like want to see Godzilla run around the Marvel Universe and what happens when all the heroes have to figure out how to get rid of the King of Monsters. Really cool, real fun. Written by Jerry Duggan, so there's a lot of comedy to it. Next up is Rebel Moon Nemesis from Titan Comics. Continuing and set in the world of Rebel Moon from Zack Snyder's Netflix series. This showcase is just another spin-off series from that universe. If you guys don't know, Rebel Moon was originally written as Zack Snyder's Star Wars treatment that got rejected, and he turned it into Rebel Moon for Netflix. Again, so this is set there. That's why everyone looks like they have lightsabers that are just swords, and they're samurai in space. So, set. Nemesis is set as the rebellion. I have to say the word rebellion because it's easier to figure out. I forgot what the term was. I've never seen Rebel Moon. So, the rebellion in the universe is setting up their own set of base operations, and it's complete, like kind of like their Andor story, where you see the rise of the rebels trying to figure out and stake their claim in this like Empire-controlled star system. I know I'm using a lot of Star Wars analogies here, but that's what it is. Really cool book. If you just want like outside of Star Wars stuff, if you just want a cool like samurai in space story, it's really cool and fun. It's kind of shut your brain off action nonsense pieces. It does a lot better if you did watch Rebel Moon on Netflix, so you can do that too for 3 hours. So next up is Red Sonja Noir from Dynamite Comics. Red Sonja Noir is a one-shot. It's a cool mystery story set with Red Sonja. That's why it's called Noir. I thought it was gonna be black and white and like, oh, it's a weird 1920s crime drama. It's not. It's a crime drama just set in the Hyborian age. Red Sonja has to figure out the mystery of why her partner. I don't want to say that out loud. Never mind. I will take that back because I will spoil the book. Red Sonja is thrust into a crime mystery, and she has to solve it in the 24 pages they give us. It's really cool if you just want a cool crime thriller set in the Hyborian age. Next up is Star Trek Red Shirts, part of the new Star Trek relaunch. Red Shirts encounters a whole team of Red Shirts. The joke has always been in the Star Trek universe, Red Shirts are kind of the expendable members that kind of die on camera or off camera on missions. Now there's a book all about them as they go on a mission, and 2 of them die in the first issue. It's hilarious. It plays into those tropes. They're trying to do a heist thing. It's goofy. It's over the top. It's actually a really fun read because like it's told by their point of view, and you're like, they don't know what's about to happen to them. Really cool. Really fun. If you know the lore of Star Trek, you don't have to worry about anything. If you don't know Star Trek at all, you don't have to worry about it. It's a really cool, fun story. Just pick it up. It's written by Christopher Cantwell. You can't go wrong. And finally, for our singles, it is This Ends Tonight from Image Comics. A young girl about to get married goes on a bachelor party with her sister to find out that she's a part of a weird, long-running, like, interfamily war, which you think is mafia stuff in the beginning, but it's wrong! Cool little twist at the end. I will not tell you what the twist is, but it's a really cool twist that sets up the entire series. Really cool. The entire thing is a action set piece from start to finish, starting from the strip club in Las Vegas to the end where everyone's in the hospital. It's an insane ride, and the big twists of how the world operates is fantastic. You should really pick this book up. The art is phenomenal. The story is action-paced, non-stop. You should definitely grab this book. And guys, we have one trade this week, which is Grommets, an 80s filled nostalgia fest for those who grew up in the 80s, where you can go outside and play until the lights came on and do skate park things and listen to heavy rock music and all that stuff. I don't know what you guys did in the 80s. I wasn't born yet. Really cool story. I have a lot of customers love this story because it reminds them of their teenage and their younger years. It's really fun. If you want a deep dive into the 80s and what it was like to be in California, it's really funny. I regularly recommend this book. It's a really cool read from start to finish. And guys, that is it. You can head over to our website, angelcomics.com, where Aunt, Bree, and myself are putting books on there at all times now, and items. It's fun to be working on the new website together. Check out our socials, Andrew's Comics on Instagram and Andrew's_Comics on X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it, where I post stuff that doesn't make the show, stuff we have going on, events, all that fun stuff. And guys, please make sure you go to Manage Comics on andrewscomics.com to manage your pull list. And guys, I will see you back here next Tuesday around the same time. I'll see you then. Bye.